Yo, what's going on? Welcome to Chopping It Up, Season 2, Episode 3. My name is Gabe Henderson. Again, we want to thank you guys for tuning in all last year, all this year, and your continued support. Today, we have the special privilege of being joined by the 2022 Minnesota Vikings draft picks. We got first rounder Lewis Cine over here to my left, second rounder Andrew Booth Jr., and third rounder last year, Mr. Brian Asamoah. I said it right?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, year two for all of you guys. And just understanding this time last year, everything was swimming, right? At what point did it go from, okay, I'm a drafted guy, I have this attention, to, oh, wow, I really got to get in this playbook so I can actually elevate my game?
I guess I'll start. I feel like I'm still there. Like, I still got to, lock in. Still got to stay in that playbook, and it's nothing's given, everything's earned. So you got to come and, prove it every day. And yeah, nobody, there's no entitlement here. And so everybody's, scratching and nailing for jobs every day. So every day is, every night, playbook, and really just locking in.
I had the right mindset coming in, trying to learn the playbook the best way I could. But felt like injury kind of knocked me down a little bit. But now I'm back. I've made, the whole rehab process and all that. Yeah, I'm back. So I can slightly been just locked in, the X's and O's, extra meetings, meeting with coaches. If I don't know something, ask, talk to the older guys. Just owning in and buying in completely.
For me, honestly, it was probably like week 4 when I was like, I have to really tap into this playbook because that's when I really got my opportunity, my little package. But I mean, from there, I just kind of grew on from there, just understanding that my role was expanding and then just trying to, take advantage of what I was getting, obviously my opportunity. So I got you, brother. I got you, man.
I need that. I need that bad.
So yeah, knew I had the opportunity, going forward. So I was really just trying to take advantage of it. So that was really when I was tapping into my playbook. But now, going into year 2, and I'm pretty excited for what the year has in store. But again, just tapping into that playbook, taking advantage of every opportunity you get, man, and that's how it is.
What's the difference between the locker room in college when you're a young guy versus the locker room in the NFL? I see Lou, you smile.
It's different.
I might start. A lot of guys are like, they're grown, like they got wives, kids, a whole family, where that's kind of not as common in college. You know what I mean? And like, as soon as the day's done, guys just go home to their wives and all that. It's like, hey, bro, where you going? Let's go, do something. Yeah, the kids, the wife. Hey, I got to keep them happy, man. I got to go. So I think that's the big difference. And obviously, there's like the business side of all things, which is, a little more up here than college. You know what I mean? So,
like, what about the business off the field makes it tough to kind of hone in on like the craft or keep the main thing?
I feel like probably college is closing in into the league a little bit with NIL and all that. My junior year was the first year. I did not tap into it as much because I was like, all the chips was into the league for me. I was like, yo, this is my year. This is the year. I don't care what happens. I'm out. So, and I got that opportunity, but like it's different now with college because guys don't really have to leave immediately anymore. They're getting paid. Guys can spend as like exhaust their eligibility if they want because they're getting paid. So it's not the same anymore.
Did you have any NIL deals?
Not as much. Like I told you, I was banking.
Much,
I was banking everything. Like I didn't tap into it the way I should have.
Okay,
Yeah, and for me, like I felt like, bro, if it wasn't that big quarterback NIL deal, I ain't want it. Like Cash was like, nickel and diamond and NIL deals, but like, for it to be kind of worth it, I wanted it to be like something very valuable, and we just wasn't getting that yet because it was so fresh. So
y'all are first generation NIL.
Crazy.
It's crazy out there. It's
crazy.
crazy. Like it's kind of different. Like you said, back then when it was until now, and like I don't know. I feel like it kind of changes the hunger of some of these kids too, because like, back in the day, our only way of getting that type of money to take care of our family was to get to this destination right here, and it took a lot of hard work. So now I don't know, like it might be skewing a lot of kids' decisions and their ability to go out there and just like go play ball and really not really like focus on just the money or what you're getting, just like focus on the big goal, and that's to get here. You know what I'm saying? Like give yourself an opportunity to come play at the highest level and then take care your family forever. So
yeah, I got a big question about the whole NIL thing. Like when they told you, all right, I'm gonna give you this, I'm gonna give you that, like it's not in contract. So is it like word of mouth or like, or you just?
You went to Georgia, bro. You should go.
Bro, I don't trust the soul. I don't trust the soul.
Isn't it the NILs? Isn't it contracted?
Well, I know they're still trying to figure out like how to legislate it. Like it's still like right now kind of a free for all. So guys are getting the bag. I'm not sure how the contract works or how the money's getting funneled in, but I mean, you know better than I do.
Nah, Lou know better than me.
I don't know a damn
He went to Georgia, man.
But like
I was out of there.
But you play for a national championship team. Like, those Clemson teams were crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Say that again.
You play for a national champion.
Bruh.
Okay, my bad.
You
play for a
good.
national championship
All right.
team, and you just look at that competitive nature, right? Like Big Ten, ACC, SEC. What changes when you get to the league? Like, is that competitive drive? Like, you're already playing the best athletes in the world every Saturday, but like, what changes when you get here?
What conference you're in terms of like, yeah, you got your North and all that in the NFL, but like, nobody cares what school you went to. Nobody cares. It's all right. This is your job. Everybody got families to feed and all that. So you got to know your job. You got to know your assignments. You got to know your role. So it's coming in with your best foot forward every day. Because Booth mentioned it, like nothing's gonna be handed to you. They don't care if you're a first round, second round, undrafted, free agent, or none of it. So it's like every day you got to work, and every day you're starting from ground zero. Got to prove yourself. Got to prove yourself. Got to prove it. So it's all about consistency. That's the only difference with like the college and like the NFL.
Mentally, when you're slowly starting to get into the grind of things, like, okay, I'm starting to figure this thing out. Like the NFL, yeah, I'm swimming a little bit, but like I'm on the field and I'm starting to figure it out. And then boom, you get a tough break with an injury. Like mentally, how do you keep yourself intact?
I'll let him take this one.
You went.
that's it.
Yeah, I guess it's with going in there and hitting the rehab hard. I know me and him, mine happened a little later than his, but we was in a rehab room around the same time, and we was on each other. We stayed on each other, but to keep the mental strong is you you're handling business every day, in the training room, working hard trying to get back. So like, I don't know. That's really it.
My perspective was hit it so it doesn't hit me, if that makes sense. Like, if I go into it with the mindset like, yo, I'm coming, and it was my first big major injury ever. So I thought, if I were on myself like, yo, I'm coming with everything I had, the back end would take care of itself. You know what I mean? So it was just more talking to myself positively, being around the guys, being around him, being around all the players, not being a ghost and feeling sorry for myself, like why it happens. I mean, I was still, keyed in, hey, what's going on? Like, yo, like when he had got his package, I was like, yo, all right, what's the deal? What's going on? You know what I mean? So making sure I was keyed in with what was going on. And
when did that start though? Because it happened in London. That's a 7-hour flight back from London to America by yourself.
It was 15 for me.
15?
Yeah, we made stops other places.
Sheesh.
We made stops other places, so it was like, God. But I stayed there a week, and like, I lost so much weight. I think there was a point I was like, last time I was 160 was like freshman year in high school. Bro. Like I was down bad, and then little by little my weight started going up when I came back here, and then like I just didn't look back. Like I refused to look back. That's kind of the mentality that I have.
So that's the mindset you got to have. And VA, we always hear about, well, middle of the season or towards the end of the season, these rookies aren't rookies anymore after bye week. Being a rookie last year, when is your rookie season over?
I would say probably when we got to the middle of the season, probably like Arizona week 12 or 10. That's when they were like, okay, like you're not a rookie anymore. Like you know how things are going. Like you know how the ebbs and flows of the games are. Like come out here and treat this like you're a pro. And that's what it is kind of now. Like we're guys that are in year 2 of our long and hopefully long and successful careers. But we got to continue to just handle business and treat everything like a pro. And we will. And I'm excited to see how we grew from last year, and we continue to grow. As a player, but also as a person. And it's gonna be fun to see the things that we do here. But it comes with it, man. Like this whole thing, man. If you don't grow, man, it's gonna eat you up, super fast. And everyone's ability to grow fast will really ensure their success, in this league.
What's your welcome to the NFL moment?
Ha. You remember that moment Hat always talks about? So it was special teams. We was in Vegas. We was in Vegas. Hat was telling us the whole
preseason game.
Oh, wow.
So like it's now. Like, it's right now. So he was telling us the whole week, like, yo, like these teams is for real. Like he's been telling us that since we walked in. Like these teams is for real. Like you better walk out there with your head on,
yeah.
right? So I got out there, very first rep. It was punt. I want to say it was either punt. Yeah, it was punt. I was running down the field and I got double teamed. I got thrown out the club.
Out of there.
And I'm saying like probably like five yards outside of bounds, and it was just
wow.
like, yeah. And I got up like, okay, Hat. Like this is what you was talking about, right? So yeah, that's my moment.
I would go Lou.
Oh yes, I remember. I think it was joint practice. I was in, I don't even know if there was a pull. If anyone knows what a pull is, they know. It's a lot of beef coming your way. A pull, and I'm like, oh, God. It was one of those moments like, hey, man, just go ahead.
You gotta feed the block.
Just go ahead. As soon as I made contact, it was done data for me.
Done data. I'm weak.
Yeah. I mean, because that's always the scary. That's always the scary part. Is like you're coming down and you make eye contact with a lineman. Like as a linebacker, when you make
I gotta put my hands on him first. That's what I'm thinking. Like he can't get. I mean, I got long arms, so like in my head, I'm like I get my hands on before he gets his hands on me. But if anything, we're gonna meet pressure with pressure for sure. We're gonna meet smoke with smoke. So
smoke with smoke.
That's defense. All right, I'm gonna get you guys out of here with this. Let's be honest there, right? Like Kwesi, Kevin O'Connell, they're in with this youth movement. The reason why you guys were brought in last year, first, second, third round, is because, all right, we got some speed, we got some explosion, and we kind of want to get younger. Now that everyone has a fair opportunity to get a fair amount of playing time this year, what changes? What changes about the mindset, understanding that like, okay, like my vet really, your vet is still here in Harrison, but like my vet, Eric Kendricks, Patrick Peterson, they're not here anymore. So what's that mindset like?
The big thing is kind of like ownership. Like you're here, and we brought you in to go out there and make the plays. Like for instance, like Lou's the first rounder for a reason. You know what I mean? He's gonna show that. He was a second rounder for a reason. Should have been first round. He shouldn't have shown that. And obviously I was in third round, but I got to go show why I should have been higher. You know what I mean? So just taking ownership of your craft. Ownership into why you're brought into this organization to go out there and compete every single play. We got to be competition junkies, all around here, because collectively, if we all compete, man, we're all going to get better. So that's kind of like the main thing that's being said around here. And now it's going to be fun because we got a lot of young guys that are hungry to make some plays and hungry to compete against one another. And we're all going to take ownership of our craft and try to get better. So I'm excited, man.
Yeah, I'd say another thing that's being preached around here is finding your schedule, learning and doing what works for you every day. So, planning out a schedule, following that schedule, and being consistent with it every day.
How hard is that from college to the league?
Very. Like, there's no, I mean.
You got to be super consistent. Like, here, you got to be consistent, man.
Yeah, and in college, it's like, you know, especially like a program like Clemson, it's like, you know, they stayed on us. And so, you know, just really growing up, sticking to that schedule, you know, I watched Pat P, and, you know, he had his schedules and what he did, but what they're talking about is watching the vets, seeing what works for them, and then coming up with your own schedule and seeing what works for you. So,
I'm thinking more championship mentality, holding each other accountable, and outside of knowing what you're supposed to do and doing your job, enjoying each other's presence and playing, you know, having fun with it. By championship mentality, I'm talking about, like, you know, knowing what it takes, what you have to do, the type of work you got to put in, you know, the time, the effort, and all that, just the grind in general. The season's long, and, like, yo, it's gonna be some up and downs, but knowing what it takes to get there. Everyone wants to get there, but it's, you know, you gotta have a process. You gotta have a process, and also enjoying each other's presence. We're gonna be around each other a whole lot. If I don't like him, he don't like me. You know, it's gonna be tough.
I mean, y'all. I saw y'all the other day sitting at lunch together. Like,
Yo,
this is,
like,
Call it the Tres Amigos, man.
we're gonna be around
Tres
each other
amigos,
a
man.
good amount. So it's like, yo, we gotta enjoy each other's presence. Have fun with this football stuff, cause, yo, it's a long season. It's a grinding process. Might as well enjoy it.
Isn't it crazy how confident Lou talks when he talks about championship standings? Coming
It
from
gets
Georgia.
annoying, like, it's super
he
annoying.
has that pedigree. He knows how that
He had
feels.
Jalen Carter, Keely
Yeah.
Ringo. Like, y'all had dog. Well, no pun intended. Y'all had dogs.
Man. Hey, go Dogs.
Man, I love it, man. Appreciate y'all boys. I know this is another opportunity for the world to kind of see what you guys do best, and I'm looking forward to seeing what year 2 looks like for all 3 of y'all. So
Yes,
best
sir.
of luck this year.
Thank
I
you so much.
appreciate
Appreciate
it.
it.
Thank you.